Women chase 99% of guys who do this. I know some of you may be in relationships. Maybe you're dating. Or maybe you haven't had much luck with women in the past. You may have experienced a lot of rejection. Or maybe things were good in the beginning. But then, over time, things began to fizzle out. Maybe she started spending more time with her friends. They were going out to clubs or bars. Maybe she just found someone else. And then she just left you behind. She forgot about you. And it's almost like they just got bored. You were no longer fun, no longer exciting or interesting to them. And I can tell you that the reason why is because they've already learned you. They already know who you are, what you're about. They already know what you're going to be doing every day, even when you're not around them. I'm sure many of you were texting them every day. You were always calling them on the phone. You were just always there for them. So it left no mystery. It left no anticipation. They weren't left wondering what you were doing when you were not around. They just assumed that your entire life revolved around them. So I'm going to give you some tips in what has worked for me, where it has made many women chase after me, and it has worked every time. But for me, it was never really a tactic. It was just something that I do naturally. Because for me, it was always the other way around. I've met so many women in my life. I already know who they are. I already know what they're about. They're not mysterious to me. So I don't put them on a pedestal. I don't make them my entire world. And instead, what I tend to do is just focus on my work or go into the gym. I just focus on other things that tend to be more important to me. And by doing that, it leaves room for them to end up chasing my attention. But of course, they're not going to do that if you're constantly worrying and chasing after them. You're constantly worrying what they're doing and who they're with, to the point where it just becomes a game to them. They just see you as just another chump, another fool. Another guy that they can manipulate and use and have under their thumb. That's just what they see you as. Because you're at their beck and call. You're just always there when they need you. When at times you need to be more busy. You need to have other things going on in your life. Other things that are more important to you. Because when you make a woman your world, she's just going to forget about you. But when you spend your time and attention on other things, whether it's your work or your hobbies and interests, whatever it is, when you do that, it increases your importance to the women that you are dealing with. They begin to value your time and attention more because it's very limited. You're not giving them too much of it. Which is why it's best that in the early days, the early stages of dating, you shouldn't be spending too much time together. Maybe one day a week at the most. And in your spare time, you can date other girls. You should never have all of your eggs in one basket. You should always be entertaining other prospects, because there is always the possibility that something might go wrong. Many women are damaged, they're no good. They've already been cheated and used by so many bad boys. So then you come around and you think that it's you. When with a lot of them, there's just nothing you can do with them. And sometimes it just doesn't even matter how much you limit your time with them. With these certain types of women, it's not going to make a difference because the problem isn't you. That's why I say, don't put all of your eggs in one basket. You need to be entertaining other prospects as well. And then that will make you seem like more of a catch. It will make you more attractive to them. When they see that you're not so willing to settle down with the first person that you meet, so yes, all things to take into consideration. Because I'm sure if you're watching this video, up until this point, you may have had limited success. You may not have gotten the results that you wanted. And you may be wondering why. You may be looking at yourself and wondering what is wrong with me, when this is just it. You're placing too much significance on something that should not be so significant to you. There should be other things in your life that are far more significant than that. Women, dating and having a girlfriend, these things should just be the icing on the cake in life. As a man, your main focus should be your purpose. That should be your number one priority. And as well as that, taking care of yourself. Everything else should come second. But of course, when you're not getting much success, it's almost like you make these things even more important. You assume that the more importance you give it in your life, the higher your chances of succeeding. When in fact the opposite is true. You don't need to put in so much effort. You can be lazy. You can spend your time and attention on other things. And yes, it will frustrate them. It will really irritate them. It will get under their skin. And normally it might make you feel uncomfortable. And then you would go run into them. But actually you need to know that it makes you far more attractive to them. It really does, because then they start to feel like they can't have you. They can't own you. What a lot of women want to do is they want to enter a man's life, get you wrapped around their finger, turn you into their little puppy. That's really all they're trying to do. They want to turn the alpha male into a beta. But guess what? As soon as you let them do that, they instantly lose all attraction for you. And then they've got their eyes on another man. I've seen it myself so many times in my own experiences. I've seen women with boyfriends. And I see them eyeing me up behind their backs. And sometimes their boyfriends catch them. And immediately you see the look in their face. They know that they've been whipped. They know they're not the man that they used to be. The man that attracted them. They know they're not that anymore. Because here's the thing. Even once you become successful in dating, you've got a girlfriend, the game doesn't stop there. They will get bored. Once they've learned you, once they know what you're about, and then they'll start looking for the bigger, better deal. The next shiny new toy. Because by that point, they will have just lost interest in you. They've figured you out, they've solved the puzzle. They know all that there is to know. It's like if you've seen the end of a movie, you've read the end of a book, there's no point in reading or watching it. So there needs to be this constant puzzle, this mystery that is unsolved, where they think they know you, and then you pull something else out, something unexpected. It leaves them guessing, leaves them wondering who you are. And at the same time, you don't focus all of your energy on them. You devote your time to other things. So this is it. This is how you get 99% of women to chase you. By not giving them all of your attention. By focusing on things that should be more important to you. Your purpose, your work, your hobbies and interests, developing your character. You should always put these things first. And then you will begin to notice that women begin to chase after you. So that's it, that's the message. As you can see, I'm just walking out here at the park. I spend most of my time alone. I'm always on my grind, always on my purpose. This is just how I do it. It's what I like to do. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, if this advice was helpful, you can show your support by giving it a thumbs up down below. And let me know if it worked for you in the comments down below. Share the video, subscribe for more videos. And I will be talking with you in another one very soon.